Hey tribe, it's Catherine from LIVITY.BLOG, here to uncover the truths they don't want us to know, with another deep dive into the hidden history, lost knowledge, and the indigenous wisdom they tried to erase. If you've ever felt like something about our history doesn't add up, trust me, you're not alone. We're here to break through the lies, reconnect with our roots, and take back what was stolen. If you've ever questioned the history they taught us, felt disconnected from your ancestry, or just know deep down that there's more to our story, you're in the right place. Our history didn't start with oppression, it started with greatness. Our ancestors were here long before Columbus. They built civilizations, navigated oceans, and lived in harmony with the land. But through genocide, reclassification, and the suppression of indigenous knowledge, we were forced to forget who we are. Ready? Journey with me and reconnect with your true ancestry. This is the story of the Great Extermination, the erasure of Black indigenous peoples of the Americas. The first peoples of the Americas, the Olmecs, one of the earliest known civilizations here, left behind colossal stone heads with unmistakable African features. Their art, pyramids, and spiritual practices mirror those of West Africa and Egypt. Yet mainstream historians dismiss this as mere coincidence. Our ancestors were master navigators. The Atlantic's currents naturally connect Africa to the Americas. The Kalinago, Taino, Washitaw, and Yamassee, Black indigenous nations, inhabited these lands prior to colonization. So why is their story absent from our history books?
There are land papers before slavery in my people's name here. How was it? Because when the Europeans came here, what Roger is talking about, we gave a lot of people some spots to settle. But they took those spots and wanted bigger spots. My people right now, the Washitaw, they took on the end from our people, and I'm talking about the end of the big take, 25 million acres of land by removing my people from here to Oklahoma. That was the last of their land, 25 million acres of land. And it was people that looked like me. What Andrew Jackson did was he appointed some Europeans. I want you to know how I'm here, brother. My grandfathers were a generation of chiefs. I come from a line of chiefs. I'm from a royal family of chiefs. What the Europeans did was took my people, took the women and the children, and some European that Andrew Jackson was friends with, appointed them as chiefs, left the original chiefs back here, took the white chief that he appointed, which into Oklahoma is, as you know today, as Indian Territory. Indian Territory was set up by mixed breeds, okay?
Yeah.
The people that signed the treaty was either non-native or mixed breed.
The 1830 Indian Removal Act, which led to the forced relocation of many tribes, disproportionately affected Black indigenous nations like the Washitaw, Yamassee, and Black Seminoles. Once removed from the land, their identities were erased, their names lost to history. In my own family, discussions about our origins were absent. My grandfather never spoke of an African homeland, and now I understand why. Our roots are here. We didn't come from elsewhere, we were always here. Despite attempts to erase us, we persist, and now we're awakening to our true history. This orchestrated effort sought to obliterate our heritage. They told us our history began in chains, that we arrived shackled and powerless. But what if I told you that's the greatest lie ever told?
3 million Tainos in the Caribbean, 33 million Incas in South America, 30 million Aztecs in Mexico, and 7 million Apache, Comanche, and Navajo in the West, for a grand total of 73 million people. Until the Great Extermination. And then 95% of us vanished off the face of the fucking earth.
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about, Mr. D?
John Leguizamo's Latin History for Morons is a captivating journey through 3,000 years of Latin American history. Armed with just chalk and a chalkboard, he shatters myths and brings forgotten heroes to life, uncovering the hidden contributions of Latinos that have shaped our world. From the Aztecs to modern-day America, Leguizamo challenges us to rethink what we've been taught and see our shared history through a new lens. This eye-opening performance is a wake-up call, inspiring us to question everything we thought we knew about our past. Although many of us still carry African ancestry due to migration and slavery, that's not the whole story. Several other original indigenous tribes in North and Central America share connections to the Washitaw mound builders, Olmecs, and Mayans, pointing to a deeper network of Black indigenous civilizations that predate European colonization. These groups, like the Yamassee, the Black Caribs or Garifuna, the Timucua, the Gullah Geechee, the Taino, the Choctaw, the Creek, and the Moors of the Americas, share commonalities in mound building, spiritual systems, oral histories, and early trade networks. Some researchers, like Ivan van Sertima in his book They Came Before Columbus, have interpreted these characteristics as evidence of Negro ancestry, suggesting a transatlantic connection between indigenous Africans and indigenous Americans in ancient times. Reclassification and erasure. The eugenics movement furthered this erasure by promoting race science theories that justified reclassifying indigenous people as Negroes to push assimilation policies, promoting policies aimed at breeding out indigenous and African traits through forced sterilizations and racial mixing. This orchestrated effort sought to obliterate our heritage. Government programs, such as Virginia's 1924 Racial Integrity Act, made it illegal for anyone classified as Negro to claim indigenous ancestry. Thousands of indigenous Black people were forced into racial categories that stripped them of their tribal identity, their land rights, and their heritage.
There was kind of an ethnic cleansing with a pen going on. And it was, if you did not have white skin, you were considered Black. And a lot of times, I mean, even today, you go into the town halls and you see where people have actually written over the records, where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote Black over it. And you can actually see in censuses from time to time where they may have been Indian in the first 3 censuses, and then the last 6 of their life, they're considered Black.
And in here he says that the Nipmuc people over the last 2 centuries have vanished. So, totally disappeared, according to Frederick Pierce. But I was looking at a census that was done in 1992 that said that living in Worcester County now, there are 1,400 Nipmuc people. So I was a little surprised. Why does it say they vanished here? And yet nowadays we have 1,400.
The Olmecs, the Mayans, the Black Caribs, our people have been here for thousands of years. Yet through colonization, forced reclassification, and deliberate erasure, our history was stolen from us. Our ancestors were here long before Columbus. They built civilizations, navigated oceans, and lived in harmony with the land. But through genocide, reclassification, and the suppression of indigenous knowledge, we were forced to forget who we are. They didn't just take our land, they took our identity. That's why I started LIVITY.BLOG, to expose the lies of colonization, to reclaim the truth about who we are, and to rebuild what was stolen. It's time to unveil the truth about our past, the impact of colonization, and the resilience of Aboriginal communities. Through art, culture, and heritage, we can piece together the puzzle of our shared history. Ready to embark on this eye-opening adventure? Join me as we dive into the wisdom, art, and traditions of indigenous cultures across the globe. Together, we'll uncover the buried legacies that connect us all. It's time to rewrite history, one story at a time. Are you in? Download your free ebook now, Awakening to Oneness, and reclaim the spiritual connection our ancestors lived by. By subscribing to LIVITY.BLOG, you'll gain exclusive access to this transformative journey completely free. Together, we'll explore ancient traditions, hidden histories, and the powerful teachings that lead us back to unity, balance, and truth. Subscribe now.